It's such a beautiful day, isn't it, Croc, eh? You got a scent? What is it? Go get it, go. Oh, come back, Croc. Well, guys, Croc ran off and I can't find him. Croc, come here, boy. Oh, Croc, is that you? Croc, is that a Land Cruiser? Oh, you're a good boy. That's such a good find, mate, eh? So clean. If you guys want to see how I score this absolutely immaculate 1997 80 series, stay to the end of the video. I'll let you know my secrets. I was super lucky with this car. It's one owner from an old guy who has kept it in garage its whole life, and it has not been abused off-road like your typical 80 series getting flogged by a P-plater. So it was an absolute score of a car. When I was looking to buy an 80 series, something that I really wanted was obviously a diesel and something that didn't have super high Ks. So this has just clicked over 300,000, so it's barely run in. After a 4-hour drive to pick this bad girl up from the back of Gympie, I walked into this old guy's shed and just instantly knew I was gonna buy it. The paint, as you can see, is absolutely immaculate, and especially for a 27-year-old car, that is unheard of. Major absolute tick for me when buying this car was a clean underbody and chassis. He had never taken it off-road, only towed his camping trailer, and he drove through flood water once and gave me the exact date he drove through it, and he changed the diff oils the same day. So when I bought the car, I laid underneath it, checked all the chassis rails, and absolutely spotless. I'd say it's better condition than those brand new 79s. As you can tell, this car is completely stock. Stock tires, stock suspension, the old alloy bull bar, which definitely isn't very strong. As you can see, it's obviously hit a few roos and been beaten at this time, but I'm gonna replace that with a nice strong bull bar. So let me know in the comments what bull bar you recommend. So one of the things that got me very excited when I first bought it was double floor mats, factory floor mats, and then he's also put some rubber floor mats on the top to give it the best protection, and that is the definition of grandpa spec. And even more grandpa spec is the old woolly sheet covers, but I'm pretty active and always in the water, so we'll look to replace them in the future. The videos definitely don't do this justice, but the interior is spotless. The door trims, the center console, the dash, no cracks at all. If you own an old car like me and you still want to listen to your podcasts and crank those tunes on your camping trips, buy one of these bad boys. It's a Bluetooth receiver from Kmart, maybe 20 bucks, and it's just plugged straight into the stereo and you got your tunes. Factory radio and speakers, the audio definitely isn't the best. It's gets a bit crackling, but here's the tunes. What's that? Is that jam? Pump the jam, pump it up, get your feet are thumping.
And the jam is pumping, look ahead.
Stand you say, point my day. Whoa. So this car is a 1997 GXL, so the top dog of the 80 series. It has power mirrors, power windows, and also your sub-fuel up here, which is a feature that I do love. It's awesome having up there. I don't like a really crowded dash, so it's awesome just having your speedo and your rev counter down there. One of the best features in this car is a huge center console. Fit my sunnies, my wallet, which is empty because I own a Land Cruiser. 2 cup holders. Yeah guys, 2. Unheard of. So this car was a factory 8-seater, but I've taken the 2 rear seats out because extra weight, and I usually don't carry anyone but myself. And one of the awesome things about this is a tailgate. Protection from the rain, sit here, have your brekkie, coffee, watch the view. Most underrated mod, I reckon. Besides your general servicing, the only thing I've modified to this bad boy is a nice big safari snorkel. I like the plastic snorkel, it's quiet, it was a lot cheaper than stainless. And most of all, the ram head. Need every spare horsepower I can get. Has an aftermarket DTS turbo with a top mount intercooler. It's got 2 batteries for the starter motor and 1 for your accessories. I did get a brand new radiator when I first bought it. It was pretty brittle and old. And as you can see, snorkel running into airbox. The airbox in 80 series is actually pretty good. If you have a Troopy, my mechanic did recommend getting it sealed or a new airbox, but these airboxes are pretty reliable, so I just left it factory. With the addition to the new turbo, it also got a 2.5-inch exhaust. Let's listen to it. So the old girl actually has a bit of a noise to her, which is pretty nice. In the future, I would love to get a bigger exhaust, but they're very expensive. I would say the only downside on this car is this bonnet scoop, because don't tell the Nissan owners, but it's a Nissan bonnet scoop. It won't be on there for too long because I would love to put a 79 series bonnet scoop on there. Obviously not for practicality, solely looks and to make it look cooler when I'm driving. So up front we have stock headlights. I really like these because they're glass and they don't fade at all, and you can just buy replacement globes. Huge spotlight. It does absolutely nothing and blocks the nice front grille. We have an old UHF, but it's not connected up, so that's another mod I need to add. It also has a 180-degree awning, but I'm not a huge fan of them. It does take a lot of work to set them up, especially if you're by yourself, so plan is to get a 270. One thing that cruisers do love to do is rust in the gutters. So when I first bought this car, I went over it with a fine tooth comb, made sure to check all the gutters, make sure they were clean, no rust at all. Another awesome spot that I like to check out is under here. If you run your finger under there, it's actually got a lip, so it can build up a fair bit of mud and then rust through, and you can't see it because the flare blocks it. Another thing I looked out for when buying this car is the door jambs, because water gets trapped under here and it actually rusts. So as you can see, there's a little bit of surface rust coming through, but nothing too bad to worry about. As most of the 80 series owners out there know, these things are absolutely terrible. You have no vision at all. You can never see anything, which is silly because they're actually pretty big, but the vision is terrible. Let me know in the comments what you guys think is a good update. I know clear views, but they're huge and they're really expensive. One of the first features I added was a bonnet protector and also weather shields over the window. These are, if not the most underrated mod you can do. They're like $100. My one tip for scoring an absolute grandpa spec like this: car sales. Car sales is so underrated. Literally every old person who ever wants to sell a car goes on car sales. I looked for 6, maybe 7 months to find a car. Went to so many duds. Rusted, abused, dirty. And then I finally found this one, up 30 grand. I was like, no way, that's so expensive. Called him, drove up the next day with 26 cash in hand, and he took it. Absolutely immaculate, double format, never been off-road, 80 series Land Cruiser. So hopefully that's a good tip for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.